Welcome to the Empowered with Erika podcast. My name is Erika FB, and I'm an empowerment coach, mindset mentor, personal development enthusiast, and holistic health advocate. I've spent the last several years healing my mind, body, and soul, and have learned so much along the way. From healing trauma to navigating a sober lifestyle and learning how to step into my personal power, it has been transformational. If you are looking to heal, to be inspired, to uplevel your life, and become the most empowered version of yourself, you've come to the right place. I created this podcast to help you know you are worthy of rewriting your story and to help you navigate your own empowerment journey. You are worthy of living your most authentic, aligned, and inspired life, and I can help you get there. Whether you are diving deep into personal development or just need a weekly pick-me-up, I've got you covered. Thank you so much for pressing play today. I cannot wait to transform together. Let's get empowered. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Empowered with Erika. It's your host, Erika here, and I'm so fucking excited for today's episode. So let's dive in. First, I wanted to say thank you so much to all of you who supported me and who listened to last week's episode and then ended up investing in yourself, investing in your dreams, investing in your abundance, and got yourself a 2023 calendar. So if you're like, Erika, what the fuck are you talking about? If you did not listen to last week's episode, I shared how it was all about why the fuck I love the moon, because I do love the moon. It has changed my life. And so I shared, though, something I decided to create and to launch, which was my first digital product as a 2023 full 12-month calendar. That is a lunar calendar that will help you start your own lunar tracking journey. And lunar tracking has been massive for me when it comes to abundance, mindset, manifestation, and living in flow and alignment. It's been a massive thing for me. I absolutely love it. And I wanted to create a very easy tool for you to kickstart your own lunar tracking journey, because I know it can seem really overwhelming. It can be really overwhelming. I know I felt overwhelmed, so I wanted to create something that I knew I personally would use and that I thought would help benefit others. And so for all of you who decided to take the leap and want 2023 to be your best year yet and decided to get your own digital calendar, I so appreciate you guys. And if you're a little skeptical, if you're like, I don't know if I'd use it, or I don't know about it, I'm not sure, I don't even know how to use it. Guys, one, it's less than $10. It's priced at $8.88. Two, there are a lot of resources in the calendar. I share what the different moon phases are, what the energies are, how you can use them to manifest going forward. And also, like, my DMs are open. If you have a question, if you get it and you're like, this something doesn't make sense to me, maybe I'm not reading it right, please just let me know. So I just want to thank you guys so much, because it is just the beginning of expanding this brand, and launching my first product was really kind of scary to put yourself out there like that. And I worked really hard on it. So all of you who supported me, I so appreciate it. It means the fucking world. But I am so excited to dive into today's episode, because this concept came up for me literally this morning about dimming your own light. So let me dive into a little bit the backstory on how I got there, and then let's get going, right? So I think I mentioned this maybe 1 or 2 episodes ago, but I recently made the decision to be a part of a 20-week long program. And I just know, and it was a pretty big investment for me, and I just know that it is going to up-level my life. I know that it is going to bring me to the next level of where I want to be. I have big fucking dreams, big goals, and I just honestly, in a lot of ways, have been feeling a little stuck. If you've been listening to the past couple months of episodes, you would know, like, there's been a lot of shit going on behind the scenes. I haven't given a lot of details because I can't, but I've really been in this stage of rebirth. And with that, I really stepped into who I am. And I feel like every single day I'm just more so becoming who I am at my core. And it's really a beautiful thing, right? But with that, it's also really making space for, okay, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to be? What do you want the next couple years to look like? And, you know, my birthday is in a couple weeks. I'm going to be 29. So last year, my 20s. And it really does have me thinking about the future. Like, what is it that I want my life to look like by the time I'm 30? What is it that I want my life to look like by the time I'm 35? Like, where am I at? And so in this program, this past week or two, we've been doing kind of the pre-work, where you really get real with yourself and you get real with, like, what are your goals? What are you hoping to manifest? What are you hoping to attract? Like, what kind of life do you want to create for yourself? And like I said, I have big fucking goals and big fucking dreams. And the reason I really decided to do this was because I was just feeling so stuck. Like I've tried so many different things and I'm so grateful for every experience, but I just know in my core, like, I don't want to work for someone else. I don't want to do network marketing. I don't want to, be in the corporate ladder. And I'm really grateful for the opportunities that I've had and the growth I've had. And I'm really grateful for, my current job. I do really like it and I like the people, but I know for myself that long term, 20 years from now, I want to be my own business owner. I want to be independent. I want to have that freedom, that financial freedom, that time freedom. So when I was thinking about this and what I really wanted, it got a little scary because I have big fucking dreams. And when you have these big dreams and these big desires on your heart, sometimes you can get really wrapped up in the how. Like, how the fuck is that supposed to happen? How am I supposed to make this? How am I supposed to make this into reality? And I do think a big key of that, honestly, guys, is letting go of the how. Like following your intuition and letting go of the how, I think is really, really important. But an exercise that we had to do this week, or I shouldn't say we had to do, we don't have to do anything, but was recommended, was to write a letter to yourself. So to write a letter from the perspective of you, if you have achieved everything that maybe is on your vision board or that you want to accomplish like throughout the course of the program, if you've achieved all these things, write a letter to yourself today, like of who you are today, of Erika on November 16th. Who am I today? If I achieve this, I think the program ends mid-April. Okay, mid-April, Erika, what would she say to Erika now? If all the things that I am aspiring to accomplish come to fruition by that time, or, a lot of it, you know what I'm saying. Write a letter to yourself. And I was like, okay, kind of weird. I don't really do a ton of this type of shit, but I'll give it a go. And I really let myself just like be open, and it was honestly very emotional. It was really emotional for me because I just realized how, for me personally, with my goals and my aspirations, I think a lot of it has been me standing in my own way. I don't know if you can relate to that. When you really want to do something, when you really want to accomplish something, and you can do it. You can fucking do it. But you're just like, why haven't I been there yet? Why haven't I accomplished the thing yet? And I personally am I'm not a perfectionist, but I have very high standards for myself and people in my life. I have very high fucking standards. So I was like, Erika, you can do this. Like, what do we got going on here? Like, what's the situation? Why are we standing in our own way? And I know for me personally, if we're getting real, if we're getting vulnerable, one of the big reasons I have been standing in my own way is because I've not felt worthy or deserving of these things that I desire. I'm like, little old me, no, I'm not deserving of that. And I think I spoke about this on the episode where I shared that my dad and I are in communication again. But a big part of the story I've told myself for a long time is that I'm not worthy or that I'm not good enough. And there's a lot of things that went into that. But when we started talking again, and we've been healing that relationship, as well as like speaking to my aunt, which has been really, really healing for me, I've noticed that it's just been an active, what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, guys. It has been an active way to love myself. And I've also noticed that like it has kind of taken away some of the evidence I used to use of I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy of accomplishing these things that I want, right? And so I think over the course of a couple years now, I really have, in small increments, started to believe that I'm worthy and meant for more, and overcoming that belief. Like a really recent example is when I left my job and started a whole new fucking career at a whole new place. I realized that I am worth more than the current situation I was in. And that doesn't mean that that job isn't amazing for someone else. It is amazing for someone else. But my quote dream job was no longer my dream, and I was miserable and I hated the lifestyle. And I was like, okay, you are not, it's not even that I wasn't worthy of that job. I wasn't worthy of feeling that way and being in that state all the time, right? Like I deserved, in my opinion, to be happy. I deserved to be fulfilled. I deserved to be making more, like all this shit. Like I deserved. And guess what? I fucking believed it. I believed it. You could not convince me otherwise. I knew I was better or meant for more, whatever phrase you want to do. And then I went out and I got more. So obviously something worked, right? But how many times it's taken me a long time to get there. And like with every different aspect of my life, it took me saying goodbye to something and making space and making room for something better to come in. I mean, even when I met Kyle, I think one of the reasons we have worked out and it's been a great experience is because by the time I met him, I felt as if I was worthy and deserving of a loving, kind, healthy, and supportive relationship, which is, guess what I have. And I'm really grateful for it. I mean, are we perfect? No. Who is? But the one thing we are is supportive of each other and each other's goals. And we really care about each other, and it's awesome. But I think for so long, I settled for less than that because I didn't think I was worthy of it. So how many times do we settle for less, right? And that's been like a really big theme in my life. I don't know if you guys can relate, but just so many times in my life, I have not felt worthy or deserving. And it's fucking hard. It's hard. And I think a lot of people I talk to actually struggle with that. And we all struggle with it in a different way. And it kind of manifests itself in a different way. But one thing I noticed that I was feeling as I was writing this letter to myself was, fuck, Erika, you have been really playing small. Like, I have been playing small. And let me tell you, that shit's over. We are done playing small. I wish y'all could see my birth chart. I have so much fire sign Sagittarius energy. How the fuck was I playing small? I am a fiery, opinionated bitch, and I'm fine with that. That is who I am as a person. If you don't like it, you're probably not going to like this podcast. So, fair warning. But I am someone that's meant to share my opinions, my life, my mindset. And it was so funny. If you don't know human design, I do have a whole episode on human design. I love it. But I was just on my human design app and they had like an update recently where they talked more about some of your gifts and the gates that you have. And when I was going through it, it was like, you're meant to share your opinions. You're meant to clarify things for people. You're meant to like be a leader and this and that and this and that. And basically it was like, so all these things that I desire for and that I want, that I have wanted for a long time, are literally meant for me. I am designed for these things. And it really goes to the saying, if a desire is on your heart, it's there for a reason, right? If you are being called to do something, you're being called to do it for a reason. So, anywho, as I was writing this letter, I was like, fuck, Erika, we have been playing small. And a big part of that, to be honest, without going into too many details, is for a long time, I felt playing small was safety. I felt playing small, being unseen was safe. Because every time I played big or I allowed myself to be seen, it like shit happened, dude. Like shit happened. I had so many times in my life where when I stood up for someone, like just the concept of the amount of times I've stood up for someone, myself included, and like major trauma happened after, I have multiple experiences. So this whole concept of being seen was not like being seen and allowing my light to shine has not been equated to safety. And I don't know how many of y'all can relate. I know a lot of people can relate in maybe not the exact same way as me, and maybe you wouldn't word it this way, but how many times have you limited yourself from something you really fucking want because you're scared? Or because you don't think you're worthy of it, or you're like, well, who the fuck am I? Like how many times have you thought that? I know a lot of people think that for many, many things. And as I was writing this, the theme that just kept going on in my head was, Erika, stop dimming your own light. Stop dimming your own fucking light. Because we all are given these gifts and these strengths and these powers, and we are meant to share it. We are meant to bring our own individual light into this world, and I think that's somewhat what we're missing right now, is not enough people are bringing their true, authentic selves to the world and sharing their gifts. Because we all have a unique set of gifts and skill sets that we are meant to share with others. I believe that 100% in my core. I believe that. So, this is my reminder to myself, but also to you. Stop fucking dimming your own light. Shine. Light that bitch up and shine. So this fire sign is about to shine real fucking bright. I'm telling you right now. I'm done dimming my light. I'm done playing small. I am realizing that I am safe and secure in myself, in my body, in this space, and that y'all can't take it away from me. Not you guys specifically, but the world is not going to take away my safety. And at this point in my life, like I've been through a lot of shit where I physically have not been safe. Okay? Like many, many times in my life, I've been in situations where I could have fucking died. Honestly, I'm kind of shocked I'm not. Right? But obviously, I'm here for a reason. So why the fuck am I playing so small? Like, why am I playing so small? Why am I dimming my own light? So I really am just going to reassure you to think about that for yourself. Why are you playing small? I would bring out a journal, write it down. Like, why am I playing small? And really allow yourself to dig deep. Are there reasons maybe that you equate being seen with being unsafe or unsettled, or how you've just had bad experiences? And I know like it took me a while to really make that correlation that I felt being seen as unsafe. So that may not resonate with you, but if you just find yourself holding back, or only maybe only giving them like 80%, like what's holding back from that 20? What's that 20 doing in there? Like give it 120%, not 80. Allow yourself to shine. Allow your gifts to shine, because we need you. We need you. We need your gifts. So stop fucking letting the opinions of other people to get in your way. Fuck them. Fuck them. You can do anything that you set your mind to. I am 100% certain of that. And I think that's a huge part of manifestation, abundance, living in flow. I think a huge part of living in flow is figuring out, what is it that I'm meant to do? What is my life meant to look like? What is it that lights me up? And doing more of that. Do more of what lights you up. What makes your soul happy? What makes your heart happy? Those are the things that I really believe if we all did more of what lights us up and more of what makes us happy and brings joy, we would live in a more joyful world. I 100% believe that. So this is just my reminder to you guys to stop dimming your own light, because we all have these individual beautiful lights. And if we all shined them, how beautiful would this world be? One of my favorite quotes, it's why it was my first tattoo, is contribute to the beauty of the world around you. And why did I like that quote? I know I've talked about it on the podcast before. I think it's been a while, but contribute to the beauty of the world around you. I love that, because you are adding to the beauty of the world, but it's also saying that there already is beauty in this world. So why not add to it? You know, it's not saying, I mean, yes, there are a lot of challenges in life right now. I know that. I am very aware. I'm not naive, but there's also a lot of incredible beauty if you choose to look for it. And how can you add to that beauty? I think we all have these innate gifts that allow us to add to the beauty of the world around us. And that's why it became my motto, because I'm like, how do I want to contribute to the world around me? How do I want to? And I mean, there are a lot of ways I want to. I mean, one of my goals, real time, when I hit some certain milestones that I want to hit, I have certain organizations and certain goals of things I want to either create or invest in. And one of the things for me is young, like teenagers / adults, or well, mostly like teenagers, like middle school, like the younger teenagers in high school, and helping them to kind of work through these issues, because the amount of young adults and teenagers that I see in this world that don't feel worthy of love fucking breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. It's why for so long I wanted to be a foster parent. And I'm still like open to that if that's what the universe wants. I'm pretty open to whatever. But something that is massive on my heart is giving back to organizations that help empower youth, because we need to invest in our youth. I mean, we know the mental health crisis is just astounding right now, especially in the younger generations. But for me, I know what it's like to not feel loved and not feel lovable. I think a lot of us can relate to that in some way, and it's fucking painful. And so it's a mission of mine to help so many more people realize that they are lovable and work through the obstacles they have, that make them feel that way. And I understand we all have our own shit. I get it. I really do. But there is hope. I believe that there's hope, because if I can go through all the shit I've been through and still have a pretty happy fucking life at the end of the day, I think anyone can. And I know there's people who've had it way worse than me, so I'm not discounting that. But it's like, honestly, there were many days I didn't know if I would make it to the next day. And I'm not being dramatic. There was days where I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to keep going. Well, guess what? Somehow I made it and I got through that next day. And here we fucking are. And there's still difficulties. I still face challenges. I'm not perfect by any fucking means, but I know that I am meant for more. And I know that my mission is so much greater than just, oh, I want to make X amount of money on a fucking podcast. No, it's not about that at all. I just threw out something random, by the way, guys. It's not like really real. But that's not it. My goal is this greater overarching mission of contributing to the beauty of the world around me. It's really fucking important to me, actually. And so I personally am figuring out ways I can do that, and I can help. And I can use the gifts I've been given and use the different struggles I've had to face to help others overcome theirs. That is my goal, because I've had to transform a million fucking times now. And I think through every iteration of this life that I'm going through, I discover something new. So I really want to remind you guys, I know I've said it a million times now in this episode, especially if you're going through a challenge, or especially if you're feeling stuck. If you're feeling stuck and you're like, I know that there's more out there for me, but I don't really know what that looks like. I would take some time and write down what it is that you want. I would take some time to think about how do I want to make an impact in the world? What is it that I want to do? Because I really do believe all of us have some sort of internal mission in this life. And I know a lot of people don't think big picture like this, but I do think it's important to think about, what is it that I want to do with this one life that I've been given? What is it? Because honestly, guys, do you want to just exist from day to fucking day? Sounds pretty boring to me. You know, we don't want to just be in the hustle and the grind of the fucking corporate ladder 9-to-5 bullshit. And that doesn't mean that not everyone should work a 9-to-5. I think 9-to-5s are amazing for a lot of people, right? Like I said, mine has given me the flexibility that I needed to work further on things that I care about. But my point is, we all have a light to give to this world. We all have innate gifts, and we all have beauty that we can contribute. So stop fucking dimming your light. Stop holding yourself back, because we need you. We need your light. We need your beauty. And if something lights you up, fucking do it. I mean, shit, Kyle is working on something right now, and he's so excited for it. And I'm so excited for him because I see how much joy it's bringing him. And I'm like, go all in, babe. Fucking do it. Send it. Who gives a shit what anyone thinks? Have a blast. Because I really think that if you're doing something that lights up your soul and that makes you happy, that it will just increase the vibration around us. But also, I think when you do things from that state of mind, from that heart-led way, that it will increase the love in the universe. It'll increase the joy in the universe. It'll just bring everyone else up with you. And I think we need more positive people in our life. Why is it that we look up to people like, Fred Rogers and the crocodile, or what is his name? Steve Irwin. Like, we look up to these people for a reason, because they bring so much like happiness into people's lives, because they're just good people. Bob Ross, like all these things, because we just saw them as like bringing this light. So I'm here to remind you, you have your own light within you. And if you don't know what it is, I would take some time to self-reflect. because we all have it. It's all within us. And to stop hiding it away from the world because we need it. So, and this course has been transformational. I'm loving it. And if you have certain topics you guys want me to talk about, or certain things, like if you have questions, I'd love a little like Q&A. So if you have questions, send them my fucking way. That would be a fun episode. But I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Again, check out the website, Empowered with Erika. I'm going to be launching the blog by the end of the year, and I'm so fucking excited to see what this is going to become. And I'm excited to see how I'm going to grow throughout the next several weeks. So thank you guys for listening, and thank you for always supporting me in this journey. Truly, all of you who listen, it means the world to me. It means the world to me, and I hope that you get something out of it too. And if you have a win, if you have like a realization or something from this podcast, if a certain episode affected you, one, share it on social media, share it with your friends, share it because they might need it too, but also like share with me the win. I want to know so that one, it helps me to keep going. It helps me to hear these wins that you guys have while listening. But also, I would love it for feedback purposes. Like if a certain topic is resonating with a lot of people, I might dive more into it, So thank you guys for listening. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for listening today. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you for taking the time to be a part of our community. Don't forget to check the show notes for the resources I shared in today's episode, and of course to connect with me on social. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at erika.vishkalis. You can also find me on Facebook at Erika Vishkalis. If you want to be a part of our online community, check out our Facebook group, Empowered with Erika. You can also find all of our offers and community links at empoweredwitherika.com. I always love hearing from you, so don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe, and tag me with your biggest takeaways from today's episode. Let me know what you loved and what you want to hear more about, and share it with someone who you think would love it too. I cannot wait to share more with you. I will see you next week, and don't forget to stay empowered.